I thought of this. I was driving home. I was out and about, taking care of some business on Monday, and I'm driving home, and like, and it's kind of the reason that I named this episode "The Nightmare Narcotic," and it's a um something that Tim's co-host Marcus over on the Final Wrestling Place coined this week. That I'm driving home, and it was getting near 8 o'clock, and I'm like, I gotta
You're
get home. I
sleeping.
want to see. I want to see the start of Monday Night Raw this week, because I assumed they were going to kick it off with the Codester, with the old 7-star general, and I'm like, and I was like, I got to see it. I want. It's the first time I remember. I mean, besides the Raw after Mania, but it's the first time in a while that I've been like, man, I want to sit and watch Monday Night Raw. I want to see what they're going to do with Cody this week, because last week was easy. Last week you're coming off of the high that is WrestleMania. Cody's big win on Saturday. That one's easy. You start the show with Cody. Why is he here? Why is he back? What's next for him? This week wasn't necessarily the same. We knew he was getting the match with the Miz. Um, but I'm like, I gotta see this. So we can go around, like, what, whether it's now. I mean, if there's anything now that makes wrestling must see on a week to week basis for you, or if there's something um over the last couple of years that has made wrestling, whether it's Raw, whether it's SmackDown, whether it's NXT, whether it's AEW, whether it's Impact, whatever. What makes a wrestling show, what makes a wrestling brand must see for you? Because, like, for me, like I said, right now, this past week, it was, what are they going to do with Cody now? That made Monday night must see for me. Anybody want to grab a hold of this one?
I would say it's the same thing that makes any TV show must see. Good storylines, well built, developed characters. And yeah, it's pro wrestling, so like you obviously want some good wrestling too. You know?
You're going to say something else when you started going into the well-developed.
Oh well, no.
Jesus, Mike.
Definitely. Like, look, I watch Dynamite every week.
Dynamite.
I do. I watch Dynamite every single Wednesday night without fail. Never miss it. Part of the reason is because I'm at work anyway, and it's usually slow, and it's easy to just throw on my phone. But the same thing is true about Tuesday nights, and I don't always watch NXT. I never miss Dynamite because there's always going to definitely be some sort of great wrestling match that I'm excited about. There's going to be some sort of storyline development with some feud that I'm really into. That at least that's the way it's been for the last like 3 or 4 months, I'd say.
Or William Regal's going to slap somebody in the face.
Right, like there's enough stuff going on in AEW that on a weekly basis, I want to tune in and see what's going to happen next. And I think that's the key. Just like you were saying, they built up the stuff with Cody enough where you're like, I want to see what happens next. I want to see where this goes from here. I watched the Raw after WrestleMania. I haven't watched Raw in like all year pretty much. I watched the Raw after WrestleMania because WrestleMania left me wondering what's going to happen next. That episode of Raw didn't give me quite the same feeling. Like I'm sort of back to my, all right, I'll watch the pay-per-view when the pay-per-view happens. Like I don't know that I need to watch Raw every week. What that Raw did have was some good matches though, like the Alpha Academy and Street Profits match. That was a great match. That was a great match, and I'm going to tell you, if I'm going through Facebook now between now and Monday, and I see an ad that Rated RK Bro is going to fight Alpha Academy again, I might tune in for that because I like the characters, I like the story, and I know that I'm going to get a good wrestling match out of them. So I think that's what it all comes down to. That you have to, just like any kind of entertainment, there has to be something there that makes you want to tune in every single week. Which for me, more than anything else, with any other show, entertaining characters, entertaining stories, and I don't know. I mean, look, I'm watching The Ultimatum on Netflix, right? Like I keep tuning into that because those people are a fucking shit show. I wouldn't be tuning in if it wasn't like watching a car wreck. So a little bit of that. I need a little bit of car wreck too.
I thought you were going to say attractive male, but whatever.
Only like 2 of them are really hot on the Ultimatum.
But okay, so that was
The girls are more
Car-
attractive.
car crash and or attractive. No, it's the same thing.
Hey, putting Austin Theory on my TV every week does get me to tune in.
So his name is just Theory now.
Yes, it's theory.
It'll
Now.
always be Austin to me.
No, he has
Theory.
PTSD from the Austin stunner, so he's no longer Austin.
He's
Theory.
just Theory.
He's just the theory of relativity.
I mean, his name being Theory, like that basically confirms he's bi-curious, right? Like, in theory, I might be gay. That's what he's saying to all of us. I'm okay with this.
In theory, your theory is just a theory.
I want to be in theory.
You do.
Oh my god.
I'm a top.
Oh,
All right. So now that that's done, and
My
over with,
finger can go
Um,
inside.
ooh,
what about the olive, Smokey?
I think
And you
Smokey knows
suck
about
the
anal.
little thing out.
I'm getting ice.
I think Smokey knows about anal, right?
He does. He does. He does.
I understand how anal works.
Does,
That warms
does,
the cock.
does he get on his hands and knees and take it, or what happens?
I'd have to be on my hands and knees and just take it. You get a rib job
Oh.
too.
It's like he's here.
It really
Oh
is.
my god, man!
It really is.
He was invited to
Uh,
come.
Matt, have
He
anything
came
to
to
add to
me.
this topic?
How many trash bag?
Go ahead, Mike.
Does Matt have anything to add before I get on to?
It would be nice if you could like actually reach around.
All right, we've hit the reach around portion of this show. What makes wrestling must
like-
watch for me is
When I climb the rope in gym class, I feel funny. I mean, like I've ever climbed the rope. Let's be honest.
I don't think any of us here, maybe with the exception of Joe, have ever climbed a rope.
so.
You're-
What makes wrestling must watch for me? Now let's get back. Let's get back on topic.
Yeah, let's get this train back on.
Oh my! Choo choo.
We'll see where this sidebars. Personally, what makes wrestling must watch for me is obviously storylines. It's got to draw my attention. I've never said that wrestling wasn't the male version of a soap opera, because I feel like that's what it is. Wrestling is the age 18 to 49 wrestling male fans telenovela. You're gonna have someone that's gonna like try to kill the boss, someone that's gonna try to be someone's love interest, and someone who's gonna eventually turn on someone who they thought was their friend, and have a storyline out of it. So it's got to be something that like grasps like full-fledged attention. The Firefly Funhouse was something. It was different. It was entertaining. It made it must see. Coming out and playing the same promo of I am this person and I don't like this person because last week he got involved in my business. I'm good. That doesn't grasp my attention. That's why I feel like SmackDown and Raw have kind of been misses for me leading into WrestleMania. Oh, hey, cool. We have Pat McAfee coming out and the Austin Theory stuff was cool. But then we have the guy who's still a dick as the Intercontinental Champion basically coming out and going, look, I shoot laser beams. That doesn't anything for me. He doesn't have a feud. What the fuck are we doing? Your second most prestigious singles title. It's like, pew, 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 pew. Like a version of fucking Star Wars over here. Like, what the fuck? Pew, 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 pew. Like, what? So yeah, that kind of is a turn down on the interest. See, I didn't say turn off because I'm not gay. Turn down on my watch scale. Joe's right here. It's okay. He knows my
Turn
jokes.
down for what?
He's not offended. Exactly. Turn down for what?
For what?
I'm
what?
just of the. It's got to be fun matches. It's got to be storytelling, and it's almost like the suspension of belief that keeps me coming back to watch more matches. Seeing Daniel Bryan win at WrestleMania 30, where his arm was, basically taped into like the crossface chicken wing position, and beating two guys that he probably had no real reason to beat. It made the desire to come back and see what was going to happen next. Like, oh, look, the ultimate underdog beat the two school bullies. Like, what are they going to do next with this? It makes it
the attitude era.
like you want to come back.
It was,
Whereas it's like, oh look, these two guys are talking about how last week you broke my car window. Roar. Like that just dismissed for me.
it was. Why did the attitude era work? Why did you tune in every week to Raw? You wanted to see.
Unpredictable.
You wanted to see what Vince was gonna do to try to get to Austin, and what Austin was gonna do to try to get back at Vince.
What? I drank another beer.
But like that's why that worked. Like honestly, the great part about Roman is that he's so strong. The not so great part about him is you don't really have anyone actually opposing him on a weekly basis.
I thought you would say because he reigns, but whatever. This is the second time that someone could have used Reigns when describing Roman, and both of you have failed.
That's all right. Joe's a heel too. I get it.
Get at you.
We don't dance for the people. We do our own thing.
No, he'll dance for anyone. Don't lie.
$20.
Tim or Mark, what makes wrestling a must watch for you?
Mark, you've said relatively nothing.
Mark, you
Yeah.
I know you said a lot tonight, but I'm gonna ask for a little bit more out of you.
Something that pertains to the subject.
Yeah.
I will do my
No,
best.
Mark, we haven't been able to hear you all night, so it doesn't even have to be about the subject. Just talk for a minute.
All right.
Don't do that.
I bet Tim's gonna get upset. I don't want him to leave the room again.
What
I'm
about
glad
the
you
Sea
came back,
Stars?
Tim.
Oh, come
Oh
on. now.
man, don't, today's National Dolphin Day. Talking about sea stars. Anyway, so what makes wrestling must watch for me?
How you like that?
Man, it would be well.
No, come on.
You know, let's talk about
We
what
thought
makes
Joe
the
was
sea
the bad
stars.
one
I
on
mean,
the show.
what makes wrestling must see. So recently, I like the Roman Reigns stuff with the head of the table, the tribal chief. I will tune in to SmackDown to see my tribal chief, and I will acknowledge him. And NXT used to be must see. It used to be my favorite show until this 2.0 carried on. Now I do enjoy watching it occasionally to see some of the up and comers, especially the females. They got some talent there. The male talent, there's guys that come out in those university sweaters, and that guy with the fake accent that's a gangster. I can't stand any of them. And I'm sorry if that upsets you.
Tony
I really
Pepperoni.
can't. Tony Pepperoni, I can't stand it. It's terrible.
Oh, Tony Meatballs.
Tony Gabagool.
The
Marinara.
Tony Marinara, not a big fan. Lame. And
Tony Mozzarella.
Tony Mozzarella,
There
terrible.
it is.
Lame. You know what I was excited to see on NXT, and Natalia came out and put Cora Jade in a sharpshooter. I did enjoy that.
That's right. Natalia
One
was.
of the other servers at my job today called me Joey Bag of Dicks. All right, continue.
Oh, that's kind of hurtful.
I mean, you.
Not for Joe.
I'm not even gonna say that on the show.
Joe liked it.
I won't even say it on our show.
Not for Joe.
Let's see what else.
So-
Raw. You know what I hate? The team RK Bro really grew on me. I really like them. I enjoy them very much. So I watch Raw, and I will not fast forward through them. Especially
good.
they got me to care about that Alpha Academy too, which I'm really surprised. I enjoy them a lot now as well.
Shush, please.
Shush, please. I found myself doing that the other night. I was shushing people. But it's the unpredictability that you like, and it's the characters and storyline. There hasn't been a lot of real good ones, so.
Oh my
Sorry if that
god,
upset
this is the
anybody.
greatest thing of all time.
What exactly am I looking at? I just see
He's feeling happy.
Happy,
Okay.
happy, happy.
So my wife bought this for me. I'm gonna. It really fits in for what we were just soundboarding.
It makes you, oh,
It's
Gonna love my nuts. I'll put my nuts on it.
It's
I will put my nuts on it. I will bet my nuts on it. Thank you. with
So-
authority.
I
So,
like this one better.
and
I'll put my nuts on it.
You just sound so happy when you said it.
so,
Oh, Tim's having
so
a good
this
time.
literally has, like instructions on how to use it on the back end. And of course it's called Just the Tips. Number 1,
It turns
get
me on.
moist. Number 1 is get moist. Yeah, we're not afraid.
I make it wet bottom too. How you like that?
Are you serious?
Oh, shit. Lather up and scrub those spicy spots. And don't forget your nuts.
I miss the O'Reilly. I miss that soundbite every week.
Oh, God.
Man, that's
Happy
Never
nuts.
tested on animals either. So any of you at home that with the PETA and animal cruelty, GFY.
The Easter's coming. That'll be a nice basket stuffer.
I think we're out of time, Jim.
That's
You're not spreading your
Joe's
butt cheeks.
nuts.
I don't want to look.
Tim, you got nothing to add.
I do
Here,
not.
Tim.
All
Here's
right,
your wrap
let's.
up.
Yeah, I
Happy
think
nuts?
Happy nuts in your Easter basket this
I'll
year.
put my nuts on it.
happy nuts in your Easter basket.
Yeah, why not?